Hello and welcome to Kimia Academy. Abul Hasan Kharaqānī stands among the formative saints of Persian mysticism, remembered less for institutional power than for spiritual authority that drew seekers across social classes. He is traditionally placed in the great masters of the 10th, 11th centuries, when Sufi teaching was crystallizing into durable lineages and literature. He was born in 963 CE in the village of Kharaqānī near Bastam, in today's Semnon province of Iran, a geography that later became inseparable from his name and reputation. The tradition frames him as rooted in rural life, yet spiritually expansive, an image that later hagiography uses to show how sanctity can rise from obscurity. Kharaqānī is reported to have died in 1033 CE on the day of Ashura, 10 Muharram 425 R, a date that carries intense devotional resonance in the Islamic calendar. In later memory, this timing is not treated as coincidence but as symbolic. The saint's departure is narrated as a passage into presence, not a disappearance from the world. A persistent theme in accounts of Kharaqānī is that he lacked formal literacy while displaying penetrating knowledge of Quran and prophetic tradition in speech and counsel. This contrast becomes part of his spiritual profile, learning by inner awakening rather than by scholastic accumulation without rejecting orthodoxy. He is famously linked to Bayazid Bastami through an Uvezi relationship, spiritual transmission without physical meeting, casting Kharaqānī as heir to an earlier ecstatic current in Persian Sufism. Whether read as history or sacred narrative, the point is doctrinal. Sanctity can be transmitted through presence, not proximity. Alongside the legendary linkage to Bayazid, sources also place him in real-world circles of Sufi instruction. The tradition emphasizes disciplined spiritual work, silence, watchfulness of the heart, and refinement of intention rather than spectacle. Kharaqānī is widely remembered for a maxim attributed to the entrance of his lodge: feed whoever comes and do not interrogate their belief. In Sufi ethics, this becomes a complete program: service without conditions, dignity without scrutiny, and compassion as spiritual method. His legacy is often associated with futuwā, spiritual chivalry marked by generosity, humility, and protection of others' honor. In this view, the true hero is the one who defeats ego, conceals others' faults, and makes the self a shelter rather than a weapon. Later biographies report that major figures traveled to see him. Traditions include rulers and intellectuals such as Mahmud of Ghazni and Avicenna, using these encounters to dramatize a Sufi theme. Worldly power and philosophical brilliance still come to kneel at inward certainty. Even when treated cautiously as hagiographic motif, it reflects the scale of his reputation. Many sayings attributed to him circle one idea: the self cannot capture the real, and words fracture in the attempt. His voice, as preserved in later collections, is paradoxical and austere, designed not to explain God, but to loosen the knots of certainty that keep the heart unawake. Farid Attar devotes substantial attention to Kharaqānī in Tadhkirat al-Awliya, helping fix his image for later Persianate Sufism, a master whose greatness is measured by spiritual intensity and self-effacing service. Through Attar, Karaqānī becomes not only a person, but a template of sainthood. His tomb complex near Shahud preserves a public memory that blends devotion, architecture, and local identity. The shrine's later construction history underscores how a saint's influence can outlive dynasties, becoming a continuous point of visitation and remembrance. Khurāsān's enduring message is not a system, but a stance. Make the heart so generous that it becomes a refuge for others, and so humble that it stops advertising itself. Feed whoever enters this house, and do not question their faith. For anyone who is worthy to dwell in the presence of the Almighty is surely worthy to eat at the table of Abul Hasan. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to explore Iranian history, literature, and culture more deeply, we invite you to join Kimia Academy. Our goal is to make learning accessible, meaningful, and connected to the richness of Persian heritage. If you have any questions about this video or how to continue learning, we'd be happy to help. Thank you again.